Baseball is America's pastime. It's our sport. It's a game we invented here in America. It's a game we play from the time we can pick up a bat. But at times it feels like it's not the game that we love that we see on TV so many times. It's some gross mutation of that original thought. That's not the case this week in St. Petersburg. We're seeing baseball played at its purest level by 11 and 12-year-old Little Leagues. And we're going to be hanging out with them tonight and a few special guests. So keep it locked right here. It's Clubhouse Gas.
But you'll have the best time with it. You get to meet people from all over the whole world. Unbelievable.
We're here in St. Petersburg. We're following the Georgia State champs, and we just out of nowhere showing up a couple of familiar faces. Coach, first off, tell us your name and tell us what you're doing here.
Well, my name is Richard Carter, and I'm from Columbus, Georgia. Last year we had the experience of winning the down here in St. Pete from Columbus, Georgia. So
Whoa, what happened after that?
Well, after that we went on to Williamsport and won the Little League World Series. So
Well, first off, let's just stop there and talk about how cool is that? How cool is it to say that you won the Little League World Series?
Well, let's see. I think they say there's somewhere around 7,400 teams. So that's probably 75,000 kids all over the world. And to say that your kids are the top 11 doesn't get any better than that.
Do you know that that's one of the highest rated programs on ESPN every year?
Oh, yeah. Do you know that, and I tell everybody a lot of the cool stuff these kids have gotten to do over this past year. And one of them is the Atlanta Braves. We got to go actually to a Braves game, go into the camp. Timmy Hudson, who is from Columbus, actually Timmy Hudson took us into the clubhouse, and they met John Smoltz and Chipper Jones. And, you know, Chipper Jones, hey, you know, he was handing all the kids sunglasses. And then Marcus Giles was giving out his shoes and gloves and baseball bats, Frank Cooler. I mean, it was unbelievable. They were super. And Bobby Cox told me, he said, he said, we had to cut practice short because every time it got time for the Little League, World Series to come on, our guys were ready to go. We wanted to go in there and watch, so they'd go to the clubhouse.
I think one of the most enjoyable, I'm a Braves fan. I'm a Georgia boy. This is a national program, but they know I'm a Braves fan. And for me, one of the greatest things about watching these Braves play is they seem to just have so much fun. They just love to watch and play baseball. So it makes perfect sense that they would be that excited about, in my opinion, baseball in its purest form. That's really funny that you say that. But you don't have a team here now.
No.
It's a long way from Columbus to St. Petersburg, Florida.
7 hours.
What are you doing here?
Well, hey, Warner Robins has always been a team that we've battled, and, Tommy's kind of always watched us, and we've, kind of bickered back and forth over the last 3 or 4 years since Kyle was 10. And it's good to see a team. We'd like to see a Columbus team, but once you get past the state, hey, we're Georgia boys. We coming down here and rooting for our Georgia boys.
So you're here. You came all the way down here to cheer Georgia on tomorrow against Alabama in the regional final.
Absolutely. We brought 4 of the players along with us too. J.T. Phillips came, Josh Lester, Ryan Lane, and Kyle.
Kyle's your son. Take us real quick through Kyle's big moment last year and what it meant to you as a dad sitting in the bullpen or in the dugout watching it. You can't do it not crying.
Can't do it. Nah.
Well, Coach, as a boy from Warner Robins and as a guy who just loves kids, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for what you do with these kids.
I appreciate it.
And go Georgia.
That's right. We got to do it.
All right. Thanks, Coach. We're joined by Coach Randy Morse. Coach, what are you doing here?
Well, I just came back to watch some good baseball. We were here. I was here in 2004 with a team, and now we won it down here last year with the Northern team, and I just come back to want to watch some of the games.
Well, let's don't sell the story short. What happened after you won it down here?
Well, we actually went on to win the Little League World Series up in Williamsport, and it was just an incredible run. So, we just wanted to kind of come back down here, and we also plan on going to Williamsport.
Take me through, and we'll come back to why you're here, but take me through the experience of taking these kids all the way up and then going to Williamsport and winning the Little League World Series. What did it mean to these kids?
Well, sometimes I really don't think these kids realize what we've done. I mean, they're still young, and they like to have fun and cut up and all that. But, it's just been an incredible run. We got these kids to believe in what we were doing and that they could do this, and they bought into it. And we played great down here. And, we got up to Williamsport, and And I told our kids, no pressure here. I mean, if you don't win a game, you're one of the 16 best little league teams in the world. And so we just kind of got to playing up there and got, playing well and somehow won the U.S. and then got to the finals, and, the rest is history.
Now, from Columbus, Georgia to here in St. Pete, Florida, that's a pretty good little haul. You just came down for one game, no particular reason that you're here?
Well, we just, like I said, we told Jen last year that we would, try to make it back down this year, and we wanted to. And so we this is the earliest we could get here. We would like to see the semifinals last night, but we just wasn't able to leave that early. So we just drove down. Assistant Coach Richard bought an RV, and so we kind of brought a few of the kids down in it and came down in it, and we just, come down for the championship game. And, Warner Robins is pretty close to us, and, just come down here to watch them.
Let's talk about first, how has your life changed over the past year?
Well, for one thing, I've had to become a public speaker, which, I'm not, but they say I am now. But anyway, I never realized winning the Little League World Series would be this big. We have made so many appearances and done so many things, and as to this day, we're still being asked to do things, open up stores, sign autographs at certain things. We do a lot of charity work, and just, we've been everywhere. We've met the president. We've been to the Atlanta Braves games, Falcons games, college football games. We've been to the Capitol and met with the Senate and Congress and House of Representatives, and just on and on. It's just been incredible.
Now, once you left St. Pete last year, once you won the regional, when you get back to Columbus, how did the community support you? What did the community do for you to get you to Williamsport?
Well, for one thing, when we got back, we had about 2,000 fans at Northern Little League waiting on us to be,
Wow.
Get back, and just we had a big celebration out there, and we just our community got together, and some board members in our league, and knew that the cost was just going to be outrageous for our families. Of course, the kids and coaches are taken care of just as they are here. They're the same way up in Williamsport, but the cost up there is just goes up so much during those 2 weeks, because that's how that city makes their living, So they knew it was going to be expensive. We'd already been to Augusta for 9 days, down here for 9 days, and then possibly about 2 weeks up there. So they began a fundraising campaign, and we had some big corporations just back us and donate money, and we had kids that would give $5 of their allowance money, and $10 and $20, and it really raised enough money where all our families could be reimbursed for their expenses. So that was just incredible.
Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for the work that you do with these kids. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And good luck to you in the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you.